My name is Daniel, and for nearly 4 years, I've lived in the same apartment building. It's not fancy, just an old concrete tower with flickering hallway lights and a lobby that always smells a bit like damp carpet. But it was always quiet, predictable, and safe. At least, I thought it was. Every single night after work, I take the elevator up to the 7th floor. Same route, same routine, something I never really thought about. You don't, do you? You don't think about elevators when they work the way they should. You only notice them when they stop working. It all started on a Tuesday night. I got home late, around midnight. The lobby was completely empty. Kay, the security guard who usually sits behind the desk, wasn't there, which was odd, but I just brushed it off, too tired to care. I pressed the elevator button and waited. The old metal doors groaned open, and I stepped inside, hitting the button for my floor, number 7. The elevator started its usual climb. I leaned against the wall, half asleep on my feet, ready for the day to be over, and then stopped, not with a sudden shudder or a jolt. It was just a soft halt, almost like the elevator had simply changed its mind. Shh. I looked up at the floor indicator above the door. Shh. It wasn't showing 7. In fact, it wasn't showing anything at all. It was blank. Then the door slid open. What I saw wasn't my floor. The hallway outside was darker than it should have been. The lights were either dimmed to almost nothing or completely dead. The wallpaper was different too. It looked older, torn in places I'd never seen before. The air smelled strange, like old dust and something metallic. For a second, I actually wondered if I'd pressed the wrong button by mistake, but I knew I hadn't. "Hello," called out, my voice sounding small in the oppressive quiet. No response. Not a single sound. Not even the low, familiar hum of the building's electricity. Just absolute silence. I stepped forward, but only slightly. Just enough to lean out and look both ways down the hall. That's when I noticed something else. Every single door was open. Not wide open, just cracked, as if someone had gone from room to room and gently pushed each door ajar. Okay, and then just left them that way. As I stared, a new, worse realization hit me. There were no apartment numbers, just blank, identical doors. My heart started pounding in my chest. I scrambled back into the elevator and slammed my finger on the button for 7 again. Nothing happened. I hit lobby, then 6. Then I started hammering every single floor button like a panicked kid. The doors wouldn't close. And then, from far down the hallway, something changed. One of the doors slowly began to open, not quickly. It was painfully slow, as if whatever was behind it had been waiting for me. It was now taking its sweet time. I couldn't see anything inside, just pure darkness. But I felt it. I felt it looking at me. It was like the air itself had eyes. My hand hovered over the closed door button, even though I knew it wasn't responding. Another door creaked open, but then another. The T was like the entire hallway was waking up around me. Finally, the elevator lights flickered hard once, twice, and then the door slammed shut with so much force that I nearly fell over. The elevator lurched upward violently. The floor indicator blinked back to life, rapidly scrolling through numbers until it finally stopped at 7. The doors opened. It was my normal hallway, my normal lights, my normal apartment numbers. I practically sprinted out of there, fumbling with my keys. I told myself it was just a malfunction. Stress, lack of sleep, anything logical I could cling to. But the building management never acknowledged it. Maintenance said there was nothing wrong with the elevator. Security claimed they never left the lobby that night. And nobody I spoke to ever mentioned a dark floor or hallways with missing apartment numbers. That should have been the end of it, except the elevator has done it 3 more times since then. Never on the same night, never at the same hour. But it always takes me to the same place, a floor that doesn't exist, and each time, more doors are open, and each time, something is standing a little closer. I don't know how many floors this building really has. but I'm terrified I'm going to find out. Thanks for listening. If you like stories like this, make sure to subscribe for more.